I don't want to be an immortal lobster. Lobster.
Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Well, Stomping Jen, it is just you and I.
Are we recording?
We're recording. Of course we're recording.
Red means record?
I don't talk into a microphone without recording. No guest this week. Maybe we will have a guest. I don't know. We invited somebody. They didn't show up.
Where are they?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out if they decide to show up. But for now, it's just you and I. And this delicious pie. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you on the other side of the new intro music. The Soft Serve Podcast. Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. All right, Stomping Jen. It looks like our guest did show up.
Maybe.
So maybe. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try turning down this intro music, and we're going to turn on their mic, see if they're there.
They're muted, though.
Let's unmute the guest. Hello, guest, are you here?
Hello.
Oh, look who it is.
Look who the cat dragged
It's
in.
Shivering Jim. Well,
What's up, Sawtooth?
Wow, Shivering. Well, thank you for being here. I'm gonna play this, of course.
Oh, my theme song.
Yes. Of course, we must play your theme song. Everyone loves it. I love it.
I'm doing a Charleston to this right now.
Shivering Jim.
Shivering Jim.
But like him.
All right. A little taste of the Shivering Jim song. How you doing, Shivering?
I'm good. That wasn't enough of the song, though.
Oh, should we play more of the Shivering Jim song?
No, it's okay. I'm just being selfish.
Do you
No.
know that in the song you drink bathtub gin?
He does.
I do.
He loves bathtub gin. Now, Stomping Jen, does Shivering Jim sound crunchy to you?
I don't know. What are these terms, these audiophile terms that you keep throwing out? Crunchy.
Yeah, he sounds somewhat crunchy to me.
Crunchy?
I
Yeah.
have a new Bluetooth headset.
Oh, you do?
Something to do with that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take
He's adjusting to your crunchy microphone.
I'll take a crunchy Shivering over no Shivering. That's for sure. Oops.
I could try it without the Bluetooth.
Yeah, try that. Let's see how that sounds.
Okay.
I want to see how he sounds without the Bluetooth.
All right.
What do we think about that?
Hold on.
Sounds better.
Is it better?
It
Yeah.
is better.
But now we're echoing.
We're echoing. Stomping Jen.
Am I too loud now?
No, you're good.
No, Stomping Jen. You hear echoing?
No, not anymore.
Am I less crunchy now? Is my voice more soggy?
It is. It's definitely more soggy. That's actually much better. Okay.
I'm thrilled to see that you have a top knot. You've completed your samurai training.
I have indeed. It's been an interesting quarantine here.
Oh, boy.
All right, I think we're ready to pick back up.
Okay. All right.
How's your Valentine's Day going?
Well, Valentine's Day, Shivering Jim. It's funny you mention it. We're recording on Valentine's Day, right, Stomping Jen?
That's right.
What did we do today? How's it going?
I didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time with you.
That's a good thing, right?
I went for a walk with some girlfriends.
Girlfriends, you say?
Girlfriends. Then we did some swapping of pastries for Icelandic candies.
You did swapping on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a great American tradition.
It sure is.
And then what happened? And then for dinner, we had an amazing dinner.
What was our dinner? I don't remember.
Why don't you tell the folks what our dinner was?
Something about
Oh my
French
God,
toast,
forget
right?
It was brioche French toast with blueberry compote and bacon. And I got some whipped
Whoa.
cream.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I made it all.
Breakfast for dinner.
That's right.
And bacon. Did you mention the bacon?
Yeah. I mentioned the bacon.
You did?
Wow.
I'll mention the bacon.
Why didn't I hear you mention this bacon?
I know not, because you're not paying attention.
Yeah. How was your Valentine's Day, Shivering Jim?
It was uneventful, and I slept through most of it. My
Interesting.
sleep schedule has been extremely weird for the past year, and today weirder than ever.
Are you working from home? Is this part of
I
it,
am.
do you
Well,
think?
Yes. Not on a Sunday, obviously. I do manage to stay conscious during working hours, mostly.
Do you have to leave some kind of app open so people see that you're online? I was talking to some of my friends about this, and some of them have to leave an app open so that people can see that they are online.
I do not, although if I'm unreachable for a period of time, people might start to worry about me. But no, I do not have to.
Well, at your age, you should be
Punch a
used. You should be used to wellness checks, right? That is something that is going to be a part. Is probably already a part of your life. If it's going to be increasing in frequency, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I have one of those life call necklaces, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah. Well, Valentine
That went over like a lead balloon.
Yeah, let's
Oh boy.
I mean, the millennials enjoy this podcast, and I don't think they will know what a life alert is.
Oh yeah.
How do you know that millennials like your podcast?
It's interesting. My podcast provider gives me demographics, they're called, and I can peer into my listenership through various statistical parameters.
Huh.
Wow.
That sounds very scientific.
Mm-hmm.
And you're big with the millennials, huh?
Yep, millennials. I know what browsers people are accessing. I know what apps. I know what percentage are on Spotify. I know where in the world people are listening.
Interesting.
It's the strangest thing.
Sorry, because you mentioned millennials. Like, I have to mention that there's this whole bunch of articles that have come up recently, and I'm on a group chat with a 20-year-old, a 30-something-year-old, and a 39-year-old.
Yeah, and what's that like?
And so they were having like all these articles about like how there's like this whole thing about like side parts and skinny jeans and like the war between millennials and like Gen X or Gen Z, or I don't know. There's like this whole like divide of like
what are side parts?
People who have parts in their head that are on the side apparently is not cool anymore. You have to have it in the middle or something.
Oh, like a part in your hair?
A part in your hair, yeah. And then skinny jeans are over. And which
I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a side part.
I know,
maybe
right?
I just haven't been looking.
It's such like a weird thing to focus on. But like now their new trend is like big, baggy jeans again.
Like Junkos?
Not quite Junkos, but like, yeah, but like Junkos. And I don't know, it's very strange.
What about Shivering Jim noticed earlier that I am now wearing a top knot in my head. Are those ever going to come back in?
Do they ever go out?
You tell me. I don't know anything about fashion.
I mean, I'm apparently like completely backwards with fashion, so I just wear what I like to wear. I don't care.
Always very stylish.
Yeah. I mean, I have a side part that will never go away.
Do you have side side meat?
What?
Never mind.
Is that?
Go listen to the Howard Stern show. You'll find out.
I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to know.
I don't have enough hair to part it anywhere. I don't like the way that cat is staring at you.
Yeah. He really wants to like be on a lap or something.
I don't know what he's going after here.
I think he's like searching for a place he can plant his body that will be nice and comfortable, but there's nothing comfortable on this table.
Do you have a cardboard box?
No. Ichabod.
No, I don't know what he's after. Yeah, this podcat is Ichabod. Okay.
Hi, Ichabod.
All right, so nobody here had a particularly eventful Valentine's Day.
I liked our Valentine's Day.
Oh, you said it was good?
We also got a cookie kit, and we did it yesterday from Cakes by Pip, and she it was like sugar cookies that were in shapes, and then she provides like the decorative items.
Who is this Cake by Pip?
Well, she'll be on the podcast.
Oh, she's coming on here?
At some point.
Oh, okay, then we like her.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and we decorated cookies. And of course, Tyranno Ted, is that his full podcast name?
Not on this podcast. He's just Ted.
All right, so Ted decided to take some of the cookie shapes and turn them into Pac-Man theme. He made 2 ghosts and a Pac-Man.
What did my cookie say? Well, tell everybody.
Your cookie had our initials.
It said J and B forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Well, my first initial is J too, so it could have been about me.
That's right.
How does she know it wasn't?
That's right.
That's right. It could have been any J and
That's
B.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Could have been J.J. Abrams.
All right. Well, that was a good check-in.
Yeah.
I have some news. Let's get into some news.
Wait, how was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Let me think about that. I don't even know what I did today.
What are you talking about? I also got you chocolate.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good Valentine's Day. I spent it with you, my one and only.
Do you subscribe to the cultural norm where it's a husband's duty to buy some sort of especially meaningful or extravagant Valentine's Day item?
I will let Stomping
for the wife.
Jen answer that question. Go ahead.
I will say apparently not, because I got 0.0 anything.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't really care.
I mean, is that normal for you guys for Valentine's Day, or?
I don't even know. Usually, we just do like a nice family meal.
Yeah, I think
brunch or something.
I do think it is normal for us.
It doesn't seem abnormal. Like we don't do flowers because we have like all these animals and they would eat the flowers. So that's never been like a thing. There have been nice. Sawtooth does usually make really excellent cartoon cards, but I did not receive one.
Oh, no worm card this year?
No.
How do you know you will not receive one?
I don't know, because it's like 9:00 at night.
No.
And I'm assuming that means that that's not happening. And I was gone for at least 2-hour chunks during today, of which point in time you could have done anything, but...
Well,
he still has time before midnight. He can whip something up.
Yeah,
he can whip something up.
The night is still young.
Oh, I have so much to look forward to.
Yeah. All right, so why don't we do some news? We haven't done a news segment in a long time.
You started, Shivering Jim.
Yeah, let's do news.
News. Oh, he just wants to play bumpers. Why is Ichabod on the table? That is news item.
He is.
He seems very engaged in the whole thing.
I don't know what is going
he's just sitting here staring at me.
And if I
for
try
some
to
reason.
pick him up or move him in any way, shape, or form, it's not going to go well. I could tell that.
Yeah.
Ichabod.
But one thing, Shivering Jim is somebody who has many opinions, and he is somebody who has a lot of political opinions. He's very insightful. We had him on here for our election special.
Oh, is this a post-impeachment special?
With Lily. Well, that's big news, and I just wanted to ask Shivering Jim his take on this second impeachment that Donald Trump squirmed his way out of. Please, Shivering, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think anyone was surprised that he was acquitted. There was never any chance that 17 Republican senators would vote to convict him. I think we'll have to see what happens now. I think the Republicans just want to put it all behind them, which is incredibly stupid. Mm-hmm. It's like they're actually, it's not often where you take a vote that might potentially endanger your own life, and not clamping down hard on this violent populist right-wing movement is potentially endangering their own lives in the future. I mean, they saw what this movement was willing to do to them, and to kind of pretend it didn't happen seems incredibly foolish to me.
What do you think, Stomping Jen?
I guess their electoral prospects are more important than actually continuing to breathe.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's unconscionable, and I don't understand why nobody wants to hold anybody accountable. I mean, not everybody, obviously, but like how these people have just like absolutely no scruples at all.
Now, is it possible he could still be held criminally liable outside of the impeachment process? Is that possible?
Well, criminally liable for what? I mean, there are so many things.
I know. Where do you start?
Being a big orange douche?
I mean,
there's sexual assault, there's financial crimes, there's all sorts of things.
But like he said when he was running originally, he could stand in the corner of Times Square and shoot somebody and nobody would do anything. And I think he's kind of proven that right. Like he could fucking get away with anything.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I was reading an article today that was describing the very long list of state-level criminal prosecutions that he's likely facing. Mm-hmm. And I cannot believe he's going to wiggle his way out of all of them.
What about all of the complicit people that helped him, including some of the people that voted to acquit him
with the insurrection?
Just everything, yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing more likely than not he's going to end up in the slammer over like tax evasion or something. Ugh. That's my guess.
That would be amazing. Yeah. I'm not sure the odds are very high, just based on historical parallels. Like people like that have breaking, depending on what laws they break, especially if they're financial laws, they never get held accountable. Yeah. At least historically, they haven't. But there's always. Here's hoping, anyway, that he might see the inside of a jail cell.
Yeah, it's possible at least. So I'm hoping that he is held accountable enough over something where he this cat is rubbing its head vigorously against the laptop. And now it's leaving.
There he goes.
I'm glad to see confirmation that all cats love laptop corners.
Yes.
Mine is obsessed with the corners of my laptop and will rub against it and bite the corners for hours at a time.
Yeah, they are assholes. And one of them was chewing on the cord to the USB camera for some reason. I had to yell at it and it ran away.
God, they're so annoying. But we love them anyway.
Yeah, we do, of course. Now, all right, that's enough time devoted to Donald Trump, I think. I want to talk about some of the soft serve podcast news that we have on the horizon, Stomping Jen.
Okay.
I would love to hear it.
Yes, we finally purchased the soft serve podcast URL.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
After 2 years.
It's true.
Surprisingly, nobody else had it. So there wasn't much competition there. I didn't have to buy it from somebody.
Mm-hmm. That's good news.
Paid like $9 for it.
Oh.
Did you buy just the .com or did you buy .org and .biz?
Just the .com. I don't want .orgs and .biz. Do you, Stomping Jen? That's how they get you in these things. They try to upsell you on all the different subdomains, right, Shivering?
I think you should buy every single possible subdomain. How many are there? Like 100 or something?
There's like over 1,000, I think.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Wow. You should at least get .edu. because it's a very educational podcast.
That could get me out of some future criminal trouble, probably. I can claim we're an educational organization.
Yeah.
I'm going back in for .edu.
Oh my God.
I like the way you think.
Can I be the dean of students?
You could be the chancellor.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I've always wanted to be a chancellor.
Wow. Shivering Jim the Chancellor. I'm liking the sound of this. And so, and then we're going to have a website, right?
We are going to have a website. And then that beautiful merchandise that we had designed for us way back.
Yeah, we've got
in the day.
Yeah, we've got a couple of merchandise designs that we'll...
we're going to slap on some swaggy stuff.
And Stomping Jen is figuring out the business part of all of this.
I am?
I thought you were. The merchandising aspect.
Well, yeah.
I've got to focus on content, Stomping Jen.
I know. I've got a lot of work to do, but I have a lot of stuff on my plate.
The division of labor. So you're going to have like soft serve hoodies and mugs and stuff?
Yep, we are.
Nice.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, stickers, magnets.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back scratchers?
Yeah, no.
Cat brushes. We could have cat brushes.
We could have cat brushes. Yeah. That would
I
be
would
cute.
like that. Because cats do appear on the podcast from time to time.
We could do cat collars.
Yeah. So we're doing that.
Soft serve beard oil.
I like the way you think.
Did he just sound like the Dark Crystal? Skeksis?
No,
like Yoda.
So we're going to probably redo the logo, right? We have somebody working on that.
We do?
Yeah. I just got to write an email about that.
I know.
That's what I mean. I need you to help me with that kind of stuff.
Right. Except the problem is that you and I have very different aesthetics. So like we need to like both agree. We can't leave the design.
My aesthetic is the one that matters here.
No. That's not true.
Yes, it does.
No. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
What are you saying?
All right, so I have an idea for a logo for you guys.
Please,
it should be like a heavy metal style thing. Soft serve should be written all in lightning bolts, and every vowel should have an umlaut over it.
So like Rammstein or
yeah.
Will you design that for us? You don't design logos,
no,
do you?
Shivering is an idea man. He doesn't do any actual work. He sits there and he comes up with ideas. That's what he's good at.
That's advanced humanity, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an idea man.
That's what I do.
All right, we'll take that idea. We'll take it under advisement. Don't do anything with that idea, Stomping Jen. It's a terrible idea. All right, so that's the Soft Serve podcast news.
That's it? Any new equipment?
Well, no new equipment, but I've been messing around with the settings on this mixer, which is part of the reason we're doing this episode, is to test out new settings before we have on other more serious guests.
Oh, what?
Right?
Did you just dish Shivering Jim?
No.
Wait, I'm just a practice guest?
No, this is an actual show. We're publishing it this week. This is an actual show, but I needed to do a show to be able to...
This is like the show about nothing, right?
It's not the show about nothing. I have a whole list of things right here, of topics.
Yeah, what's next on your topic list?
After the Soft Serve podcast. So we talked about this earlier today, Stomping Jen, and I wanted to talk about this with Shivering because it's become a real problem in my life. In the last year or so, I don't know if it's quarantine related or what, I've noticed I've begun to stink. I have a body odor problem.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that we're talking about this on the air.
I can smell myself, and it's just, I can smell my own animal-like musky BO, and I wear deodorant.
What if it's not that you're stinking more, but that your perception of smell has changed?
Oh, that's an interesting take.
I wonder. I've become...
Because Stomping Jen, can Stomping Jen confirm that you smell more this year than you have in past years?
I don't smell you.
No, and Stomping Jen Stomping Jen has been walking around for months going, she'll lift up her arm, smell her armpit and go, oh, I stink.
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, I stink. She'll do that constantly.
Here's the reality of my life right now, okay?
Go on.
Okay, I get up and work out, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and then I'm in my workout clothes until most days I go on a midday walk with a friend. And in which case, now I'm wearing my workout clothes for a couple of hours. And then when I'm going out for a walk, like we're in this like cold period where you can't take off a layer when you're like a mile and a half away from your final destination, right? If you start to like sweat. So by the time I get back, I stink and it seeps into my clothes. And that's the problem.
I see.
With me personally.
Right.
Which is why I'll be sitting at my desk and I'll like move and I'll sketch like a whiff of myself. And I'll be like, oh, I stink.
But what part of any of that compels you to announce it 5 times a day? So
I'm sorry that we're sharing the same workspace.
So anyway, Shivering, I don't know if she's just gotten in my head or I do actually stink, but then I went and looked at my deodorant and I noticed it's not antiperspirant, right? It's just deodorant and it has no aluminum in it.
Right.
It is this Tom's of Maine natural deodorant.
Yeah, which is better for you.
Are you British now?
What? What did I do?
You said aluminium.
How do you pronounce it?
Aluminum.
Aluminum. Unless you're British, in which case you say aluminium.
No, that's wrong. It's aluminium, and I'm not British. That's how you pronounce it.
Aluminum.
No, fuck off. It's
aluminium. But I've been using this stuff called Lume.
Do you use aluminium foil to wrap meat and stuff?
Absolutely.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Now listen. Okay. So it says Tom's of Maine natural deodorant. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the problem.
No, well, this is the thing.
These natural deodorants are bullshit.
No, stop. All it does is mask your odor. That's what a deodorant does. An antiperspirant blocks you from sweating. So you're still sweating. So the sweat has the bacteria in it that eats your skin cells and poops and makes you smell. That's what is the smelly part of, that is what BO is. So
I'm not sure it's actually a good idea to block your sweat pores.
Right.
That's why that's what the aluminium does.
Right. Like, exactly.
It just plugs up your sweat glands.
So
exactly. So it's good to naturally sweat. So I purchased this stuff called Lume, which is supposed to get rid of the bacteria itself, right? So like you still sweat and stuff, but it's supposed to kill the bacteria, but you're also supposed to treat your clothes. This
Lume,
is like the secondary.
Why is it called Lume? That means light.
I don't know. I'm not the marketing for this brand.
I think that there are other solutions to this. For instance, have you ever seen those plague doctor masks with the long beak? The purpose of those, you fill those with flowers and aromatic oils and stuff, so that you can't smell.
Is that what they really did? They shoved those beaks full of aromatics?
Yeah, because the disease theory back then was that you would inhale a miasma, and that's how you would get the disease. So if you prevented smelling bad smells by breathing in flower petals and stuff, then
you're good to go.
Yeah, and if you're working in a plague infested city alley, you probably will find it hard to remain conscious unless you're masking the smell of postulating buboes anyway.
That's so interesting to me. I just thought people had long proboscises 100 years ago.
So I want to hear, Shivering Jim, what do you use? Do you use a deodorant, antiperspirant? What do you use?
I use just like it's not Tom's, but it's a similar kind of
natural deodorant,
earthy, crunchy, natural antiperspirant. Deodorant without
can you
antiperspirant.
Buy it in a store, or do you have to get it special on the internet?
They have like 100.
I buy it in a store.
There's like 100 different brands.
This shit you use, this Lume, can only be purchased on the internet.
Yeah, so
I'm skeptical of anything that's only available on the internet.
There's another one called Native. I don't know. It's just supposed to mask your smell.
Name one.
Just use the bird beaks. You won't care that you smell anymore.
Yeah.
I think we need bird beaks. No, but Stomping Jen, name one internet-only product that's superior to a product that's sold in the stores.
I don't know.
No, I'm skeptical of anything that you can only get on the internet.
Anyways,
I have an internet-only bank.
Anyways, to answer your question,
you better check that to make sure you still have money.
Pre-pandemic,
yeah.
like when we were leaving the house on a regular basis, like I would work out and shower and leave the house. And I didn't sit around in my stinky workout clothes all day. Now, Sawtooth doesn't have this problem because he works out at night and comes home and showers. So I don't know what his issue is.
I don't know. I had a theory today I shared with you.
What?
I think that I have crossed some kind of biological line where my body no longer wants me to reproduce. And so I stink. I am now
Natural selection is trying to prevent you from passing on any more genes.
This is what I'm beginning to suspect, because no matter what I do, I stink. And Stomping Jen,
smell you at all.
Yeah, how old are you?
43.
When did this stinking begin to occur?
Well, I always stink. What are you talking about?
I'm not going to say anything about the viability of your fruit or not. But
oh my Jesus! Really?
Maybe this. I'm just saying. Right. I said this about myself.
I can still have a baby. So if you're done,
I said
reproducing.
I said this.
Is that what this is about?
It's like a challenge. No,
you guys are considering having another kid.
No, I think this is like a throwdown challenge that he's just throwing the gauntlet down.
Have you asked your existing children how they would feel about having another sibling?
Oh, they'd probably be thrilled.
I don't know. The thought of that just makes me feel even more tired than usual.
Yeah, I'm not having another baby.
Yeah.
I barely made it through one kid. I definitely could not handle another.
No, Stomping Jen, I'm just trying to suggest maybe we've crossed some kind of line in nature where we're not meant to be playing the field anymore. Or
I don't think we were ever meant to be playing.
No, that's probably true.
Yeah, so what's happening is... so far, your life has been sort of uphill biologically, but now, like everything in your body is starting to break down and putrefy, and that's what the smell's about.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. Now, Stomping Jen, you ordered me some of these
the Lume
deodorants.
Yeah.
What did you get me?
Silver spruce.
Silver spruce
and coconut. Whatever.
I like the sound of this silver spruce. I'm a big fan of pine-scented things.
No, spruce is not pine.
Yeah. Do you like pine-scented things, Shivering Jim?
Oh, yeah. Pine forests are awesome. So it's so awesome walking through a pine forest.
Yeah.
Just it's rejuvenating.
You're just going to have to come over to our house.
Why?
Because Sawtooth Frank is going to...
He can follow me around with his nose stuck in my armpit.
Like a pine forest.
Close his eyes.
Apparently, soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very rejuvenating to me.
It could be.
This conversation is fascinating.
Why?
I don't know.
All right, what else? So you got me pine, what was it? Spruce?
I got you silver spruce.
Silver spruce.
Coconut. I think I got you the lavender sage.
Lavender sage.
Have you purchased any top knot oils?
No.
He bought some Viking cream for his hair.
Have we revealed on this podcast yet that I now have a man bun or a top knot?
Yeah, or like 20 minutes ago.
I know, but this is the first time we've revealed it.
What is the point
of revealing it? I don't know why you all betrayed me.
But wait a second. How does any of the people who listen to this podcast ever know that he didn't start out with a top knot?
No, they'll think differently of me.
Okay.
Only gurus and douches have top knots.
Wait, what is with this weird accent?
What weird accent?
Gurus?
Gurus?
What's a guru? That's like the thing from Despicable Me.
How do you say it? How do you say it?
Guru.
Do you have minions?
We have cats.
You have minions in your basement?
Yes, they follow me around with their noses jammed in my armpits.
Guru.
Yes.
A guru. Okay.
No. All right. So only gurus and douches have top knots.
That's not true.
Who has a top knot that's
You.
not a guru or a douche?
You.
Samurais.
Samurais. That's right.
All right. Gurus, douches, and samurais. Fine. I am none of the. Well, no, I am not two of those things.
Oh my goodness.
So I feel like now I'm a douche.
Mm.
Because of this top knot. You don't agree?
I think it really isn't indicative of anything except your desire to have a top knot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Stomping Jen just shaved the sides of my head today.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, so eventually I'm going to ask Stomping Jen once my hair gets long enough to braid at the top of it.
Oh, so much fun.
In Viking style.
Well, now that Space Unicorn chopped all her hair off, I have nobody to braid anymore.
Space Unicorn has very short hair now.
Mm.
All right. So you don't think this odor I'm detecting now on myself has to do with me not being desirable?
Is it in your clothes?
No.
Yeah, you're fine. You're under control. Because it's in my clothes.
And you don't think you've planted some kind of psychological bug in my brain about stinking with all of your constant comments about stinking?
You make me sound so appealing.
You did it, not me. You walk around all the time, sniffing. Oh, I stink. Ow, gross. I stink. That's what you do.
Thanks.
All the time.
Thanks.
I'm perceiving the odds of a third child shrinking by the second here.
Also, by the way, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for my gift.
What?
Telling everybody how much I walk around telling everybody I stink.
Yeah, now since it's Valentine's Day, you have to say something nice about Jen. That's not the reaction.
She's drilling holes through me, Shivering Jim. She's drilling holes. What could I possibly say that will not be perceived negatively?
Tell your audience some sort of Valentine's Day sentiments that you hold in your heart.
You motherfucker. I wish I never invited you on this show. All right. Hold on. We can do this.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't play a sound effect.
No, we can do it.
We need some violins, I think.
Stomping Jen. Back in 1996, I believe it was.
God, now you're making us sound so old.
Back when we weren't vile,
disgusting
smelly
creatures.
Hog creatures.
Hog creatures now.
I remember meeting you.
Yeah.
At the UMass Amherst Poetry Club.
My goodness.
And I remember listening to a poem you read. It was about how you had gotten fat and your jeans didn't fit, and you threw them in a corner.
Shivering Jim.
And I said,
what am I supposed to do with this?
I said,
it's
for real.
It's beautiful.
Right?
I said,
I think I'm crying.
I said, who is this woman?
With fat jeans.
Whose jeans no longer fit. I must get to know her.
Oh boy.
The humor.
Sound like the most appealing human being on
the
the
humor.
planet.
The humor, the wit.
You're lucky I love you.
The willingness to be self-deprecating for your art.
Oh my God.
I said, this is somebody I must sidle up to, get to know. Thus began my pursuit.
Oh my God.
My relentless pursuit to gain your affections.
Yeah.
To gain your heart.
All right.
And then,
I'm sure Shivering Jim is like, I could be doing anything else with my evening tonight.
Then I went to Miami to visit a girl who was not you.
Did you get jiggy with it in Miami?
I did not, but I got, like a douche with a top knot, I got a braid in my hair.
Like a braid?
Like one of those tropical braid
like
things.
Like a douche?
Yes.
Like a douche.
And I came back from that trip, and we were sitting somewhere together, and you said, let me take that out of your hair. That's a douchey thing to have.
That's not what happened.
And I said, okay. And you removed it from my hair.
That's very symbolic. Was it the girl in Florida who
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's extremely symbolic.
Yep. So
she was asserting her ownership.
Yes. Stomping Jen.
Of your hair.
You had long hair back then, too.
So Stomping Jen said...
But you look like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Said, your hair and your heart... Stomping Jen said, your hair and your heart shall not belong to another. They will be mine, and I will not throw them into the corner with my jeans. You removed the braid from my hair, Stomping Jen, and I remember you lightly traced your fingers down the nape of my neck.
God.
And at that moment, I turned around and I looked at you.
Oh, my goodness.
Into your blue eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
There I fell. Deeply, madly. Head over heels, spinning. And there I still spin.
Oh my
in
God.
Eternity.
All right, enough.
Yeah. What am I going to say? I got to make something up. He put me on the spot. Mm-hmm. How was that?
I think
Shivering?
that was everything that we had all been waiting for and more.
All right. Can we move on, please?
All right.
So uncomfortable.
Why are you uncomfortable? That was fun.
Boy.
That was a good time. All right. So, in other news, Shivering Jim, I have a problem. I have this cat.
A different problem.
Yeah, a different problem. It's a cat problem.
A cat problem?
Yeah.
I got 99 problems and a cat ain't one.
No, a cat is one. I'm just sorry. Before I move on, I'm just thinking how screwed I am after that whole...
what?
Not being able to come up with an example.
Of what?
Shivering Jim told me to come up with something, a Valentine's Day proclamation.
You did.
You did. It took like 20
you
minutes.
Yourself admirably.
Was that good?
Yeah, it took like 15 minutes.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell if it was any good. Are you satisfied?
Oh my God, I challenge you to a duel.
I'll never be satisfied.
All right.
Hamilton?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's move on to the cat problem.
Okay.
What's your cat problem?
Okay, I have a cat problem. Mm-hmm. So, Shivering, we have these two cats we adopted. They're brothers.
Yes.
They're bonded.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Tuxedo cats.
Yes, they are
right?
tuxedo cats. One of them is not adverse to affection. The other one, during the daylight hours, is aloof, doesn't let you pick him up, doesn't even let you look at him, really. And if you do, he gets angry. And he...
Except for Space Unicorn.
Will attack you. But
she picks him up and she just...
Yeah. He does let Space Unicorn carry him around and do all sorts of things to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
that's cute.
Yeah. Now, the second we shut off our lights and lay down in our bed...
he comes running.
He becomes the most affectionate cat in the world. And part of his ritual is he enters the room with a loud shriek. Right? Jumps up on the bed, and then he begins what I can only describe as some kind of slobbering, licking ritual where he has to methodically lick all of my fingers from top to bottom, including the webbing in between. He does one hand, then he goes and does the next. And then when he's done... He walks to the foot of the bed where my feet are sticking out from the sheets because I sleep with my feet out of the sheets to thermoregulate. I sleep very hot, very, very hot. And he licks my toes and then he shrieks and runs out of the room.
He's giving you a bath because you smell.
Now, this problem...
Yeah, I think this is all connected.
Yeah.
I know. Like, it's funny how we brought these specific topics up.
Maybe. I mean, I'm going to talk with my therapist about all of this. Now...
So he only does this to you, not to Jen?
I don't know.
He doesn't lick my fingers.
Does he do this to you?
No.
No, and he does this all night long, repeatedly. Wakes me up about 4 times during the night.
Yeah.
Wow.
He also will tunnel in. And like if you invite him under the covers, he'll like sidle up next to you and like snuggle with you. He's like the weirdest cat.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Well,
I had a cat who did that once. My current cat does not do that. But I had an under the covers cat once. It was awesome.
Yeah. But like if you walk past him in the hallway during the day, he like swats at you like
yeah, it's
how dare you walk past me?
It's incredibly problematic because I'm not sleeping well because of this behavior, and it's only escalating.
You're gonna have to kick him out of the room.
but our door doesn't
What
lock.
if you just keep your door closed?
It doesn't stay closed. You have to have there's something wrong with the door. It doesn't close.
What if you barricade the door?
Yeah, but what if there's an emergency in the middle of the night?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not comfortable keeping the door
I don't know.
shut.
I don't have this problem.
No?
No.
Do we have to get rid of him?
No.
Aren't there emergencies in Belchertown?
I mean, occasionally.
You jumped to no a little quicker than I had hoped you would.
Who, me?
Yeah. I was
What?
hoping you would at least consider maybe
What?
getting rid of him.
We're not going to get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You can't get rid of your pets because they're licking your feet.
Should I put some kind of chemical on my hands at night?
No.
It's a good idea.
Maybe that's what it is.
What?
Don't you rub that balm on your...
I do apply a balm in the evenings.
I bet you it's the balm he's licking.
Do you think it's now Shivering? This is between us and the hundreds of people who listen to this.
Hundreds.
The balm contains psychoactive compound. Maybe he has associated licking my fingers with getting high.
I think you've cracked this.
I don't think that cats can get high off of THC.
And what if I don't apply the balm one night and he's jonesing for a fix?
I think you've created a self-fulfilling prophecy here.
Uh-oh.
But do you put it on your feet too, or just your hands?
Ugh, he puts it on his...
Oh, I put it everywhere,
That's
Shivering.
disgusting. And that smells... That smells.
Lord.
By the way, you think you smell? You don't smell. That other shit smells.
Occasionally...
The balm smells.
You know, I don't know if you have this problem, Stomping Jen, but sometimes my hands wander. Right?
Wander where?
Well, after applying the balm, sometimes they find themselves maybe making sure I still have a scrotum or a penis.
That's great.
And sometimes I'll get that balm on my genitals. And
I don't think anybody needs to know this.
It's invigorating.
All right.
Is it really? It doesn't burn?
It burns. It
burns in a pleasurable way.
Yeah, it burns for a few minutes. I just got a message from our son. It said, "Would you kindly unsuspend my computer?"
Oh my God. He said, "Would you kindly?"
He did say that. I'm going to...
You have the parental controls on.
I do. Oh
so,
my God, they're multifactorial too. Stomping Jen, just talk for a minute.
I will talk for a minute because thank God. Oh my God.
I don't want to hear about the balming.
Don't let me Shivering. Do not let me forget about this, please.
I do not want to go back to this topic. So
I want to hear about the balming of Sawtooth's junk. Honestly,
let me ask you a question. Speaking of sons,
yes.
Does your kid respond to your texts with curses like LMFAO ever?
That's not a curse. Come on.
Oh yeah.
No, he generally responds as minimally as possible. Usually with just one letter, K.
Yeah, that sounds like a 14-year-old. Yeah.
This is happening to you also?
He'll text me and I'll answer him and they'll be like WTF or LMFAO, and I'm like, dude, that's not appropriate. And then he'll come up with some bullshit excuse about how it's not really what I think it is.
I see. Do you guys have a no cursing rule for your children?
We try to have one. We told him he could curse all he wants with his friends, but in the presence of adults, we didn't really want to hear it.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
I actually have never had a ban on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually had the opposite thing that he can curse all he wants at home, but it's not appropriate in public.
Yeah.
So as long as he adheres to that, I have no problem with it.
Do you think we should reconsider?
Yeah, I mean, what difference does it make? As long as he's not doing it in inappropriate situations where people might judge him for it. I mean, if it's just you guys, I'm sure you don't actually care.
I don't know. That bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me because we curse openly in front of them. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, what is a curse anyway? I mean, you can't.
It's true.
It's just a construct.
I know.
All right, hopefully that works.
They have such power, though. Like, he'll be like, he'll hurt himself or do something. I'll be like, shit. I'm like, excuse me. Whoops.
All right, I just wrote, I tried LMK.
Let me know.
Yeah, I tried to turn his internet back on. I don't know if it'll work. So,
you guys are pretty hip with the texting abbreviations?
Yeah.
Because we're not that old yet.
I text all the time, Shivering.
That's that's the other thing it said in the article, that you know that you're old if you use instead of laughing, like a laugh emoji with the crying face with the tears coming out. That means you're old.
Oh, I love emojis.
The kids today don't do that anymore.
What did they do?
They wrote SFJK over and over again.
What's FSJK?
Instead of LOL. I don't know. It's articles I read.
JK is just kidding. I don't know what FS is.
Yeah, I know that one.
No. It's just like typing random letters instead of
okay.
Right. Like you're so overwhelmed with laughter that you can't even type.
Oh.
I've
gotta get hip to that.
No, I think we're just reaching the we've gone over the horizon of hipness.
I mean, when your body starts to break down and you start to smell, you also have to give up trying to keep up with the lingo of the young folks.
I'm not giving up.
The lingo
and their music and all that stuff.
Oh, the music I've lost touch with. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
You need to accept your new role as fogey.
Fogey.
You are now fogies.
How much of a fogey could I be? I put
oldie fogey.
I put balm on my nuts.
Oh my God! Why?
That makes me hip.
Why?
I have a feeling that is a fogey thing these days.
It probably is.
No, they don't put the kind of balm I use.
Ugh.
They use arthritis balm.
That stuff that you use is basically Bengay. With maybe THC in it. I don't know.
It's Bengay with THC.
You're wrong. Disgusting. It smells so bad.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
The cat likes it, and now we've come to the bottom of the mystery of the cat.
Ugh.
We haven't.
You and the cat can have a nice time over on the side of the bed.
All right, that's it.
I think we've come to the bottom of the mystery of why you stink too.
You're slathering
this skunk-smelling Bengay stuff all over your.
That's right.
Your various crevices.
Cat saliva.
I think it's getting
encrusted with cat saliva.
It's getting into your body and your skin.
So you're covered with skunky weed, Bengay, and cat saliva.
I think we've solved it. I think we solved the mystery. Oh boy!
And the cat saliva probably smells like cat food, so that's not helping.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I'm glad we discussed these important topics.
I think you need to take another shower.
All right. Stomping Jen, did you have any news you wanted to share?
I have no news.
No? Are you sure?
Is there something you want me to talk about?
No, I'm asking. Just making sure before we move on to Shivering. See if he has any news for us.
I have no news.
You're Shivering. Shivering. Do you have news?
Oh, you want to know if I have news?
Yes.
I do have some news from my life. A couple of things.
I'm excited to hear this. Please.
Let's see. Decided that my son, my 14-year-old, cannot handle distance learning.
Oh,
it's just the only time that he ever goes to all his classes is if me or his mom is actually sitting with him and making sure he goes to all his classes.
Okay.
We've tried everything, rewards and punishments and stuff. It's just not happening. So we have reluctantly decided to send him back to hybrid learning, which makes me nervous because the coronavirus pandemic is peaking right now. And yet people have the false impression that it is declining, but it is not. It is peaking. So people are letting their guard down. But I talked it over on a Zoom session with his teachers and an assistant principal, and they assure us they have the best possible protocols, and the percentage of kids who are doing hybrid learning and actually coming into the school a couple of days a week is very small. So the school is practically deserted. Everyone has good mask discipline, yada, yada, yada. So We'll see how it goes. It might kill me, but at least he will get better grades. I'm basically sacrificing my life for his grades.
Now, I'm surprised to hear this, Shivering Jim. Looking at you, I wouldn't peg you as anybody with a comorbidity of any kind.
Well, is hypochondria considered a comorbidity?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
because I have believed that I've had COVID at least a couple dozen times.
Yeah, me too.
Year.
Yeah.
Now, are you?
Well, didn't you actually have it?
No.
Well, you don't know that.
Okay.
You thought you had
inconclusive.
It's inconclusive.
You had a long period where you had difficulty breathing, which is unusual for sure.
The monkey wrench in all of this is about a month or so after I had it. I went and got early on, so beginning of last April, I got an antibody test, which came up negative. And I discussed this with the doctor, and she told me not to trust it, that based on my clinical presentation, she was all but certain I had it. But
who knows?
But still, I can't say for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? And
then, but somebody like Stomping Jen's father gets COVID. It confirmed through testing, and he didn't even know he had it. He thought he ate bad eggs. Yep, he's like, "Oh, I just thought I ate some bad eggs."
Why did he think it was bad eggs specifically?
He must have had some.
I think GI symptoms.
Yeah, and then he had a fever one night, and then he got tested, and it was positive.
Yeah, and he's well into his 70s.
And that was the only symptom he had the entire time.
Well, that's pretty. He's a pretty hardy fellow.
So they kicked him up full of some steroids.
Except he's not. I mean, he's got a number of comorbidities.
Yeah, but like my great aunt.
101.
She's like 102.
Wow. She whipped the Spanish flu's ass too.
She had COVID and she survived it, and she just had a birthday. Yeah.
She survived the Spanish flu and COVID.
That's right.
Well,
that's amazing.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if she had the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
But she
was alive.
She lived through two pandemics and she had COVID. So, I mean,
if they ever form
incredible. I would not have thought that would be possible for 100-year-old person to survive.
Yeah, and if they ever form an event, a pandemic Avengers, she has to be on it.
Yeah. So, but now my father is vaccinated. And,
oh, good.
And living the life, O'Reilly.
Yeah, we almost got vaccinated, Shivering Jim.
Let's not tell that story though. On here.
Why not?
Why?
You can tell it. If you want.
Did you almost jump the line? You don't want people to know that you jumped the line?
I mean, we didn't get vaccinated, so we did not jump the line. But this is your story to tell, Stomping Jen, because I'm not going to tell it.
Somebody I know got a tip from a nurse at one of these vaccination sites about them having extra doses that were going to be expired. And so they were told to kind of spread the word on the DL to like not spread it on like social media, but like tell people that they knew personally, kind of. So
I'm not sure that's ethical. You have some extra vaccine, you should just give it out randomly, not show favoritism.
Well, anyways, long story short,
Stomping Jen drags me to this site.
We got wind of this, and the site was only like 20 minutes away. So I tell Sawtooth.
She said, "You don't really care about those old people, do you?" She said, "Let's go get our vaccine while we can." He
literally ushered me out of the house so fast.
Bullshit.
And so
you're like one of the people who was pushing women and children aside
basically
to get on the lifeboats on the Titanic.
He was like George on Seinfeld. So he drives down there like a bat out of hell. Right? He's like manic the whole way. We get down there.
Go ahead.
And like I'm getting these texts, I'm getting these calls from like other people that were on this text chain. And then like another text chain I'm on, like this girl's.
Describe the scene at the mall, though.
Wait, this girl's dad got this also wind of this and drove down there.
So Shivering, I want to tell this story the right way.
She says that her dad got turned away, that they had no more they had no more, right? So we get there.
Let me just take over
so now
here.
You can take over.
So before we left Shivering, I went on the website of the company that is running this distribution, right? Mm-hmm. And I see for the time period we were going to arrive there that there were 90 appointments still vacant, right? So in my mind, we're walking into a scenario where there is this vaccination clinic sitting empty with nobody to vaccinate. We get to this
Seems
mall.
Reasonable.
Yeah, we get to this mall, and there are probably 300 to 400 people in a line.
It couldn't have been possible.
It absolutely could have been possible.
Anyways, it was a long line.
It was that many, at least 200 yards long of people. Nobody social distanced, packed together like sardines.
What?
People coughing. Because what happened is
mind is telling him.
No, this is the truth. Because what happened is the day before, they had the line outside, and it was about 10 below zero, and they're vaccinating the 75 pluses, and they were leaving these elderly people outside for hours and hours.
And they got in a lot of trouble.
And they got in a shit ton of trouble, so they moved everyone into the mall. And once people...
But to not have them social distance,
right,
and not enforce masks, that's crazy.
Nobody was
wearing a mask. What are you talking about?
I didn't say they weren't wearing masks.
Yeah, they were wearing masks.
But they weren't social distanced. I mean, people were on top of one another. And it just... Not good. And I said to Stomping Jen, I was like, yeah, we could wait here for however long it's going to be, but we're probably going to get COVID just from being in this fucking place. And there's no guarantee we're going to get the vaccine. So I was like, I want to leave.
Yeah.
So how is there extra vaccine if there are still 300 people in line?
Okay, so let me finish the story.
Go ahead.
So he does this calculus in his head and makes this decision. Like, we were there for 5 minutes when he made this decision, barely even gave it a chance. And I just kept looking at him and I said, it's a gamble. There's no guarantee we'll get it, but you have to wait and see. You can't just assume, right? So if you had an appointment, you got right in, but there was this line that they had built that was for people waiting to if they had extras, you can get one. So anyways, a friend of mine who also was on this text chain, she got down there, and we just missed her because finally I just looked at him and I said, fine, let's just go home. He was hell-bent on leaving. So we left. And then my friend was like, where are you? And I'm like, we just got off the line. And she's like, we just got here. I'm like, okay. I said, well, we bailed.
Yeah.
So this was around 4:00 she got there. She waited on the line. 6:00 they registered. 7:00 they got the vaccine.
That's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
She waited 3 hours, but she got the vaccination.
I made the right decision, Stomping Jen.
We would have been vaccinated.
I think, wow. So at that point, they were just letting anyone get in line?
Basically.
No, so at some point, my friend who waited behind me, she said at some point after they had been there for maybe a half hour or so, they started turning people away.
I think his real question is, though, they were letting anybody, regardless of demographics, get the vaccine. They weren't checking.
Yeah. And so what my friend said when she went through the whole line, she said that they tried not to turn anybody away.
And the next day, they got in a shit ton of trouble from the governor.
The governor cracked down.
Lost his shit, and he actually mentioned that site.
Well, he mentioned the company, the provider, but they were actually talking about the site in Danvers.
Oh.
Not even
in Danvers.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, but
it's hard to believe that something would not be well organized in Danvers.
Well, I think all across the state it was not organized very well, and that was the issue. Right.
It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound like a really good way to vaccinate people.
No, it's been a clusterfuck.
It has been a clusterfuck. Yeah.
So,
and it's like we live in a state where on the side where we live, it's a lot different than the eastern side of the state. There's dragons that live here and shit. So the supply and the demand is completely. So
wouldn't you just get vaccinated through your employer, the large state university that remains nameless?
No, because I don't know what the Connecticut.
I called you by your name.
It's okay.
You have to cut that out.
No, it's okay. People have done that before on here. No. And actually, K through 12 teachers aren't even getting vaccinated yet here.
They're not on the list.
And we have people working at the university who are in direct contact with students who cannot get vaccinated because they don't meet the requirement. So anyways, the Massachusetts Teachers Association and some other unions are lobbying like really hard to get higher education workers who are frontline with students at least in line with K through 12 teachers.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because colleges have been one of the hotbeds of outbreaks for this. So and they should take it seriously.
And here in Massachusetts, we're not even vaccinating our teachers yet.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Phase, I don't know. What are they doing in Connecticut?
They aren't vaccinating the teachers yet either. It's elderly people first.
Yeah.
Teachers are next, I think, but they're still working through the elderly.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
Anyways, that was the great vaccine debacle.
Yeah, that happened.
I still feel like we made the right decision, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't at least stop at the food court, but I think you made the right decision.
Is
there an orange? Is there an orange Julius?
I think there is still an orange Julius at that mall.
And
I like a good orange Julius.
Mm.
I used to get orange Julius all the time.
So good.
Yeah.
I worked in a mall for 4.5 years, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And what was the name? The Panda place? They always had a Panda.
The Panda place?
Like a Chinese restaurant called Panda something.
Panda East.
Yeah, Panda East. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still around in most malls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Auntie Annie's.
We always had that.
Get a pretzel. Cinnabon.
Yeah. So we were on Shivering Jim's news. How did we get on that?
That's a really good. Oh, we were talking about hybrid.
You were talking about.
We're talking about sending my son back to school.
Yeah. What else, Shivering Jim? Anything else going on in your world?
Well, I do have some slightly sad news. As you know, I've had 2 cats for quite some time.
No, don't say
a black cat and a stripy cat. The black cat was quite elderly.
Oh.
And I came home from work one day a couple weeks ago, and she was splayed out, cold and stiff.
Oh no! Not even warm.
Sight. No.
No. Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Poor
that.
baby. Sorry.
Yeah. She was like 19 years, almost 20 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Did you attempt any kind of resuscitative measures?
No, I did not. I felt very bad and horrified.
I'm sorry.
Because she had been declining for a while.
Yeah.
And I do not feel I gave her the degree of veterinary care she should have gotten. But then there would have been a lot of aggressive interventions. I mean, it's hard to know what the right thing to do is.
That cat lived to 20 years. It sounds like you did the right things.
Yeah. So I put her in an Amazon box. I wrapped her in a tie-dye piece of cloth I had.
What'd you
put her in an Amazon box, and
did you mail it somewhere?
Oh. I mailed it to Mar-a-Lago. I said, "This is full of hamburgers."
Yes. What did you do? Walk us through this.
So I wasn't really sure what to do, but so my ex-mother-in-law and I are still friends, and she's a cat person. And we'd been talking about this declining cat for a while. So I told her when she died, and she said, "Why don't you bring her body over here? And my old cat is buried in my garden, and we can put your cat right next to her." So we had a little cat funeral. And
now, how did you dig a hole in the winter?
I didn't. My son's grandmother did. She said she's a hardy soul.
Jesus. So you may know this.
It wasn't quite that cold a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
our cat,
it wasn't that far.
Stomping Jen's favorite cat died a few years ago on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we came home and he was still warm. So I attempted resuscitation on him. It didn't work. Like you, I threw him in an Amazon box, wrapped him in a towel, and then I chucked it in our deep freezer until spring. And
interesting.
Yeah, and every time we went out there to get bacon from the deep freezer, I had to take out the the box with the cat in it because he was like up near the top.
Wow.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I had Pigwidgeon was my cat's name.
Oh.
I had her in her Amazon box in the trunk of my car for a while because it was cold. It was colder outside than inside. So
well, rest in peace.
For a day or two, that was her repose. And every time I opened the trunk, I was like, oh, there she is.
Rest in peace, Pigwidgeon.
Pigwidgeon, yes, she was a very
rest in peace.
She was a very dark black cat and very frightened of everything. So
yeah,
I hope she is at least freed from her burden of constant terror. She was the kind of cat who, if you made any sudden movement, she would run to her favorite hiding space, or if whenever the door opened, anything like that, she was just very frightened.
Oh,
yeah,
poor baby.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you.
All joking aside, yeah.
Thank you. Mortality is it's ugly.
Yeah,
she was. It was. I don't know. Seeing her on the floor like that, she was like all splayed out, like stretched out, and her mouth was open. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, she was probably in a sunspot, taking a nice big restful stretch, and blew up.
Actually, she was outside my bathroom. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, let's not try to read too much into that.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. Thank you. It's hard having these
the creatures.
These creatures that have such a short lifespan. I wish they could live forever.
Yeah, me too.
It's true. It's true. They're annoying, and you love them anyway.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably going to reveal something about me I shouldn't reveal, but I've cried. I've had a deeper physical response to the deaths of my pets than I have to people in my life. That's something I shouldn't have said, isn't it?
What do you think that reveals?
God, I mean, intimacy problems with people, right, Stomping Jen?
I don't think that's indicative of that at all.
What do you think it means?
I just think that it's much more complex a relationship with a human than with an animal.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say. I mean, the love between a pet and a human is one of the least complicated loves there is. So it's not difficult to process. It's not difficult to feel it deeply.
What if you're raised by a wolf, for example? And then that wolf
might be better.
And the wolf that raised...
we would all be better off if we were raised by wolves.
I'm just wondering if that could be a complicated relationship.
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. What about... No.
Just don't even.
No, parrots, for example. These things live like 90 years. What if you had a parrot for like 70 years?
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe that's a good choice for a pet.
Could that relationship end up evolving to something incredibly complicated?
I think so, yes. Yeah.
Where you like become like old roommates or something that hate each other, or like an old married couple that hates each other.
I mean, we know a couple who has a parrot.
That's true.
One of the two partners like hates the bird, intensely hates the bird.
It's like a love triangle.
It's
almost
disgusting. Like she hates the fucking creature.
Yeah.
And
the other person loves the bird, or
I don't know.
Are their feelings complicated
I don't know.
As well?
I think it's complicated. I think
honestly, I fed this bird for a week once, and I can see why someone would hate it. It bit me. Thing's a fucking cunt. Honestly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it bit me. Yeah. I should have sued.
It's gonna live for many more decades.
Yeah, probably.
Birds live forever.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Easier to get a cat.
Do you think if you had a turtle?
They have a turtle too. This couple has a turtle.
Yeah.
Do they really? They really like the long-lived pets.
They have a turtle.
How about a lobster?
They do not have
lobsters. Aren't lobsters essentially immortal?
Are they for real?
I think so. And nautiluses. Maybe they should get a nautilus.
Yeah. So lobsters, they won't die of old age. They can die of violence, disease, starvation, but they don't die of old age.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not know
They don't have
that.
the same kind of breakdown of their systems over time that we have.
Oh, wow.
Man, we need to figure that out quick.
Yeah. Can't we like get the cells of the lobster and like
Just inject ourselves with lobster serum?
If we eat enough lobster, could we somehow imbibe its essence? Its immortal essence?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe.
All right. Well,
I don't want to be an immortal lobster.
Well, let's just wrap up this talk about pets by
I've never heard anyone say that before.
I don't want to be an immortal lobster. I have to grab that soundbite now and somehow work it into the opening of the show.
Oh boy.
Oh,
All right, Shivering. Well, we're sorry to hear about Pigwidgeon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
May your heart find a peace.
Indeed.
What else?
Your other cat take
I said at her funeral that I hope she's reincarnated as like a snow leopard or something that doesn't have to be afraid of anything. So she
does your other
never have to run and hide again.
Does your other cat know?
It's weird. My other cat has always been more personable, more affectionate, but he's been really affectionate since she died. Like he comes and sits on me constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they had a secret kind of thing going on and he's lonely.
Maybe.
Yeah. They probably
towards the end, he was mostly just attacking her. Apparently that's the thing that cats do. You gotta, if there's a sick cat, you have to kill it.
Oh my God.
So that it doesn't attack predators. So, I mean, domestic cats don't generally actually go as far as killing them, but they still have the instinct to attack them. So he was attacking her constantly.
My sister who listens to this podcast might be interested in that. She got a new cat and one of her old cats that was fine with this newer cat for months, all of a suddenly started attacking the new cat.
Well,
oh, wow. It's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Senses that the new cat is going to kill it first if it doesn't. Yeah.
All right.
Weird.
Well, that was an interesting news segment.
Anything else?
We learned a lot.
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
All right. Well,
if you have any tips for regulating one's sleep cycle, I would be interested to hear them.
You know, I have a cat that I can lend you that might help you with this because you're down a cat, and we have too many.
I don't want to be woken up 4
know.
times a night having my toes licked by a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't sleep with my feet sticking out of the end of my. I have very cold feet, and the thought of doing that is
right. It's
anathema
terrible.
to me.
No.
Do you drink caffeine at late in the day?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't know.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, he said he wanted tips on helping to regulate his
okay.
sleep cycle.
Oh, I see.
And if you drink caffeine late at night, it could keep you awake.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay. Do you drink alcohol?
Rarely.
Okay, that can interfere with your sleep cycle.
Yeah, I don't think that's it either.
Are you feeling?
I planned to try to become an alcoholic during the pandemic, but I've been unsuccessful in my efforts.
You're not trying hard enough.
I know. I'm a disappointment to my ancestors for sure.
At a certain point, alcohol will step up and help you. You just have to commit to a certain point.
You have to push on through.
Yes, it will. At some point, it takes your hand and says, "Follow me."
Oh my goodness!
Then it all becomes so easy. Are you masturbating?
Oh my
before
God.
bed? That helps.
Not right now. No.
No, I mean that might help. You could try that, right, Stomping Jen? Do you have thoughts about that as a sleep aid?
No.
No. Okay.
No?
Just checking.
Are you getting exercise?
Yeah, I could probably do better on that front for sure. My sleep, diet, and exercise all gone to hell over the pandemic. So,
all right. Well, let's work on those.
I'm going to work on in the new year.
Let's work on those.
All right. Thank you.
If you need support, let us know.
sleep, diet, exercise, masturbation. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
knew there was a reason why I called into this.
And if you need help with that last one,
my God.
I can provide some coaching. I do. I have a top knot, so I provide hands-on coaching. So
I understand that if you're looking for some sort of lotion or something, there's this Ben Gay stuff that's mixed with
Ben
with
Gay.
pot that is very good for that.
We can do a tutorial of sorts, a facilitated learning session.
All right, I'm out.
What?
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
All right. Well,
Thank you though.
All right.
I appreciate the generous offer, but no, thank you.
This conversation went in directions I did not anticipate.
Yeah, you led us there. I'm just going to point out.
I did nothing of the sort.
Jim?
So I'm going to work on those things, and you guys are going to work on your cat problem.
Yes.
All right.
We'll have to loop back in a couple of months.
All right, Shivering.
Why don't you just fix the bedroom door so that it actually stays closed?
We could try that. We'll try that.
That would be too easy.
All right. Well, let's before we say goodbye, let's just remind people of the Shivering Jim song, written by our good friend Joshua Michael Stewart.
Yes, thank you, Josh. It's a masterpiece.
I was going to play some of his music from his new album. Is it too late, Stomping Jen? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll do a separate episode, but I want to mention to people that our good friend of the show, Joshua Michael Stewart, has a new album available on Spotify. It's how many songs? It's like 14 songs. It's called Ghost in the Room. Ghost in the Room. You want to hear one track?
Shivering Jim, Shivering Jim.
Stomping Jen is tired, I can tell.
Yes,
all right.
It's a true story.
All right, this is the Shivering Jim song. It's great.
It is great.
All right. We just listen to one track? I've got it queued up. What could it hurt? He won't sue us. This is a good one. We love this one. We've played this before. It's called Keep My Skillet Good and Greasy. He's got a couple of COVID-related songs in here. The Social Distance Rag, the COVID-19 Blues.
I don't think I feel too well.
Did you hear that? He went, yeah. I don't think I feel too well.
I heard. Thank you.
Yep.
Does he have the COVID-19 blues?
Yep, he does. Anyways, people, you can check all this out. Ghost in the Room by our friend Joshua Michael Stewart, author of the Shivering Jim song that we just heard, okay?
Composer.
Very talented fellow.
Composer, yeah. He's great. And he's a renowned poet.
Renowned.
He is.
Yeah, published everywhere. So we love Josh. So anyways, we got to reach out to him. We'll have him on and do a listening party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
fun. Right.
Yeah.
Ask him if he wants to be an immortal lobster.
That'll be his next song.
That's my lobster sound, Stomping Jen.
That's a terrible sound.
All right. Should I just play us out? We'll say goodbye to Shivering Jim and we'll end the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been fun.
It's been a pleasure being on your podcast. As always.
Shivering. You know we love you. Thanks for coming on here. We appreciate it. And Stomping Jen, what do we say to people?
We love you.
We love you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Day. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day.
No, you're going to be listening to this after Valentine's Day, but it's still going to have to be now the Valentine's Day Spectacular. So,
all right.
Be well.
Wear a mask. Get vaccinated.
Yeah, and if you like what you heard here, tell a friend about it. We're coming. We got some amazing fucking interviews coming up.
That's right.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned for those. We've got some great stuff coming. Okay.
Yep.
All
cool.
right.
Looking forward to it. Hold on, my cat wants to say hi.
Oh, hi. Which one's that?
That's Jack.
Jack. Hi, Jack. All right, there he goes. Oh, I can see his anus.
His butt.
Jack just put his anus on Shivering Jim's camera. This is fascinating. Okay.
Thanks, Jack. All right.
Shivering Jim, we love you. Goodbye.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
Bye now.
Okay, bye.
Hi to your kids.
Yep, absolutely. And hi to yours. Hopefully he doesn't bring COVID back and kill you like you told us. So
I just won't interact with him. Like when he comes home, I'll stay in my room until he's locked in his room.
Just one thing to check in on. In the event something happens, do you have an Amazon box big enough for us to put you in? Just send me your mother-in-law's contact info. She may need to start digging a new hole.
All right.
On that.
Have a good night.
All right.
Okay.
Talk to you
goodbye,
later.
Shivering.
Take it easy, guys.
All right. Everybody else. Bye now.
This world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed by the binding force of mutual respect and love. I shall never cease to do what little I can to help the world advance along that road.